Your Corrosion. Now, prior to J Solo Project being in anything in existence, the year before, I was actually married. And our marriage only lasted all up of 3.5 months, which ended because she was cheating. Now, if you want to go back as far with her infidelity, I actually found text messages on her phone. In fact, if you really want to go back that far, the guy that she was cheating on me with the whole time, there was rumors going around that she was actually dating the guy the whole time we were together. So I got duped. Now, back then, I was a bit of an alcoholic. I had a bit of an alcohol problem and I needed to sober up. And my ex wife, before we got married, she actually knew that I had a bit of an alcohol problem throughout the years. So she took it upon herself to use that to her advantage. Hence why she came back on the scene, hence why she wanted me to come up there to see her. She wanted to ply me with alcohol to make me a bit more agreeable to her request. So that's what she did. She used that as a mechanism to get a yes answer out of me to her phony marriage proposal. And that's what happened. So when I found out that she was actually engaged to me, I was like thinking, what the fuck? However, I was like thinking, we've been trying forever to maintain some sort of relationship because, she's done bad things previously to me. She's been a cheater in the past. And I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I want to take the plunge, so why not? Let's just fucking do it. So I decided to be on board with it, and I thought, great, I'm getting married, fucking awesome, amazing. So 2 weeks prior, her ex comes back on the scene, and they have a chat. However, I didn't know that there was any infidelity because she made sure that I was secure in a relationship position with her, and she played the denial card, obviously. So what happened was that she basically made me play dumb. So that's basically what happened. She basically made me play dumb, and that was until about 3 weeks later, where her son, because she has a boy, she has a son. Her son, who was young at the time, I'm not going to say his age, but he was young. He had her phone, and I had this gripe against children using technology. So what I did was I said to him, "Can you pass me your mum's phone?" So I had her mum's phone at the time. While I was fixing her mother's computer, I was I get I hear there was a phone call on the phone, and I don't know who it was, but they left a voice message because I let it ring through to the voicemail. And then, just out of morbid curiosity, I was like, okay, what is this guy messaging for? Or why is this guy ringing for? So I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to the voice message. So I was curious, and he basically detailed what they did 3 weeks prior. And I was livid. I was very livid at the time. So I waited until she got back, and then I said to her, "You might want to check your voice message." And yeah, I I I made sure that she played it back, and I was like, "Care to explain it?" And yeah, she was like, you weren't supposed to hear that. I was like, yeah, you're cheating on me, aren't you? And she was like, and she just fled the room, panicking because, she was thinking that I was going to leave her. However, I was visibly distraught. I was actually quite upset. And the she thought that the marriage was over, but I said to her, I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna say I'm gonna let this slide. But if you cheat on me again, it's over. It's gone. I'm gone, burger. So our marriage was going downhill because of her infidelity, and and I tried to make it work. However, she was still talking to the guy, and prior to me moving back up to Auckland in June 2010, I think it was the day before my birthday. At the time, she she was still seeing the guy behind my back, but she wasn't letting me know, and she was keeping everything covert until January or July I think it was July the 14th, 2010. I was doing a computer repair call out at the time, and I left my hard drive at home, which had recovery software that I needed, so I had to come back home to pick up the hard drive and take it with me because I forgot my external hard drive at the time. I was running off external hard drives and a laptop at the time, and my desktop was at home, and I had a desktop as well, but I also had a laptop. I'm digressing here a little bit. Anyway, so I came home, I saw a car outside, and I did not know who the car it was. I thought it was one of her girlfriends, but I didn't exactly know what was going on because the music was up. But I came home, and there she was on the couch in a very compromising position. I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah, she was cheating on me with the guy. And yeah, I was distraught, and I ended the marriage, and we divorced in 2012. Well, late 20, early 2013 actually, that the divorce finalized. But this song, Your Corrosion, is about my ex-wife. So all I'm gonna say is thank you for fucking me, bitch. Cheater.